Hi everyone, True here with another African Violet video. Today I just wanted to show you my babies and how they're going. I've got quite a few that will need repotting up very soon. Most of them have been potted up for probably around 8 months. And I've just noticed I've got a few leaves that are going to need fixing up that have either snapped off, because I did actually just recently move all my African violets and I haven't had time to just get back and tidy them up, so I'll have to do that after I finish filming. So basically they're all coming along really nicely. These were all soil grown propagated leaves where I've just either had a leaf break off or that I've removed and then I've just potted up into soil. They're coming along nicely. I don't transplant my babies out until they're really quite large, because I just find that that means I have a really good success rate. And I thought it was interesting because I was on an African Violet Facebook page this morning having a look at some of the information there, and there was a lady who'd potted up 2 leaves into terracotta pots. And she'd asked, you know, wish me luck, hope they're all going to go really well. And I was really surprised. She had about 30 different comments of everything she'd either done wrong or things she should have changed or things she needed to fix. And, you know, I think it just confuses people even more when they're giving a whole lot of advice, and some of it was correct and some of it wasn't correct. So I think it's really important that when you are potting up, listen to what other people are sharing with you and their advice and what works for them. And then you really, with African Violets, you really need to go out and find out what works best for you, because what works best for somebody else, because of where they live and what their climate is, and where they have their plants positioned in their house and how much sunlight they get during the day, and there's so many different factors that are involved. So listen to what other people give you advice with, but then do experiments, because you will have to do experiments. African Violets are very climate specific, and what works for one person won't necessarily work for you. And that's why a lot of people will say, oh, I did everything that, you know, all these people told me to do and my plants died. And that's why that happens, because what necessarily works for somebody else because of where they live won't work for you. I even at the moment, because of my climate, I have my African Violets out at the moment, outside in little greenhouses, because I can't get enough humidity up to them where I usually keep them. And that's because it's winter time and I just can't get the heat up. And I had to move them to a different place, and so I've moved them actually outside. And people will say, you can't grow African Violets outside. And in a lot of climates you can't, but because of where I live, if I put them in little greenhouses, they actually grow better outside than they do inside. So just remember that, it's really important. African Violets, very climate specific. Listen to what other people give you advice with, and then go out and experiment for yourself. Find out what works for you, find out what your plant's like, and it will take a bit of experimenting to find that right location, the right amount of light, right amount of water, right amount of fertilizer, but you'll get there. Just with a little bit of time and effort, you'll get there, and it's so worth it. They will reward you with beautiful blooms and flowers, and it's a wonderful hobby to get into. So I hope this video's helped. And just remember, it's good to listen to other people's advice, but also when you get that advice, understand that it may not be exactly right for you. So do some experimenting just to make sure. And I hope this video helps, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.